Let's talk about brain surgery.
Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet.
Hi guys, welcome back to new videos. So today I'm going to be filming basically like an updated video on a video I filmed back in October. I think I did upload it in October as well. I had brain surgery, in case you didn't know. And this video is just going to kind of be like an updated video on it because it was a traumatic enough experience, you know, and I'm going to explain in like the symptoms I have, how I lost my weight, what happened after my surgery, stuff like that. So if you'd like to keep on watching, we can get right on into it. I don't actually even know where to begin about this. So I'm going to start off by talking about like the symptoms I have and how people, like the doctors and everything, figured out that I need a shunt put in. If you don't know what I had done or like what a shunt is or anything, I did make a video previously, as I said earlier. There is a video, I will link it down below, basically me explaining, oh look, I have brain surgery, this is where I've been for the past couple of months. So yeah, if you want to go watch that, if you haven't watched that before you watch this one, because this one probably won't make any sense. But yeah, anyway, so the symptoms I have were things like memory loss, my balance was completely cooked, like I couldn't even sit in my bed without falling over because my balance was that bad. Anytime I was walking down like a hill or something, I would start full pelt running down it and I couldn't stop myself. From where my college is to the train station I walk to, it's literally like a hill. It's not a steep hill, it's just a hill. It's like a big hill, like goes the whole way down to the bottom from one start of the street to the end of the street. And I used to literally full pelt run down it because my balance was that bad. Like I couldn't stop myself. There was one day I went flying down it and I've actually got a scar on my knee now for it. But I went running down this hill and busted up my knee, and some man, I remember shouting over to me, he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." Couldn't get up. Like if I had fell, I'd have to get someone else to pull me up because I couldn't get myself up. So a girl I go to college with, Lauren, hi Lauren if you're watching, she used to walk down to the train station with me because her house is like near it. But I used to have to hold on to her arm, like grip her arm, full pelt grip her arm, probably hurt her sometimes because she's the only thing that would stop me from start running, like because she obviously stopped me from going. And I remember there was one day that me and her were walking down to the train station and I started full pelt running again, ran into a lamppost, tried to grab onto the lamppost so I'd stay still. Like you would literally think that someone was tilting the world and I couldn't stand up straight. Like it was as if I was running down a hill like this, but the hill was like this. So that was fun. So that happened quite a lot. I remember the last time I fell was when I was walking my dog. I was by myself and I was walking my dog and I came into the house and I was like, "Dad, I fell again." And he was like, "Right, that's it, done." Like Dad just was so over it because of the amount of times it happened. Like I fell in front of my cousin Clara. It was just not fun because it was more the fact that like I couldn't physically stop myself. I remember there was a day I was screaming at myself. I was walking down to the train station alone and I was screaming at myself like, "Nicola, stop!" Like, and I couldn't physically stop myself. Like thinking about it now, it was actually terrifying. Like if that happened to me again, which it can, I'm so scared in case it happens again. It is unbelievable. So those were like two of the biggest symptoms that I had. Like the balance was the number one thing. I also like, I had my friends and my family thinking that I had depression. Like I at one point convinced myself I had depression. I thought I was just depressed in general because I couldn't be bothered doing anything. I was sleeping all the time. I just couldn't be bothered doing one single thing. And I kind of just like gave up. Like that is the only way really to describe it. Like I literally just gave up on life. Like I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere, like nothing. Mum and Dad tried to cheer me up so many times. Like Mum used to take me shopping and I do nothing. Like I just stand there and I couldn't be bothered being there. And like shopping is my thing. So like that's how you know something's going on. But yeah, Mum used to always take me shopping, and then we were obviously meant to go to Portugal for my Auntie Gail's wedding. I couldn't obviously go because I had surgery at that point. So I had to stay with my granny, but my mum and dad and my sister and her boyfriend still got to go, which is good. But yeah, so I couldn't go to my Auntie Gail's wedding because of it, but to be honest I was healing, so like that's understandable. But when I was like trying to find an outfit for that, obviously I had gained a lot of weight, which I'll talk about later on in the video, but I gained a lot of weight, so like I just couldn't be bothered putting on clothes, like I couldn't be bothered getting changed. and my mum gave me all these clothes to try on and everything. I just couldn't be bothered. So like sometimes, oh my gosh, she doesn't even know this. If she watches this, I'm gonna be mortified. There was one time we were shopping and mum gave me a pile of clothes to try on, and I tried them on, and like some of them I didn't even try on, and I just told her I didn't like them. So I told her like they didn't fit me, I didn't like them, so like go put them out again. But really I didn't even try them on, sorry Judy. But yeah, so like it was literally, I couldn't describe it if I tried. Well, I am describing it, but like I just felt so horrible about myself, and like I couldn't do anything about it, and that's what annoyed me the most, is the fact that I was doing all this stuff and I knew that I couldn't help it. Like I couldn't fix it. Like I couldn't get myself out of these bad moods. I couldn't get myself out of feeling depressed, and couldn't be arsed doing anything. Like, and it was just a bit really, to be honest. So I'm now going to talk about how they figured out, like, here Nicola, you need to get a shunt put in, you've got too much fluid in your brain. So obviously my mum and dad took me to the doctors a ton of times. Like, it's a joke how many times we went to the doctors to figure out what the hell was wrong with me, what was going on, because like obviously I'm like a really bubbly person normally, and the fact that like my personality just dropped like that, like I didn't want to be near anyone, I didn't want to speak to anyone, I just wanted to be in my own personal bubble, and I just hated what I looked like, I hated how I felt, I just felt like crap all the time, so that wasn't fun. But yeah, so each time that mum and dad took me to the GP, the doctors, they just blamed it on the pills. So if you may or may not know, I do have a thing called polycystic ovaries. I also have a video about it. I will link it down below as well. I'm just a mess, I swear to God. So, I have polycystic ovaries, meaning that I can't get a period, basically. That's how to explain it. I've got cysts in my ovaries, can't get a period unless I take the pill. So, mum and dad just blamed it on the pill, like, because sometimes people can gain weight from the pill, sometimes they can get like really moody and like feel like depressed from the pill. But like I'd gained like a crazy amount of weight, and like I was at depression stage, like crazy depression. Like I literally didn't want to like do anything. Like I actually can't explain how I felt, because it's so hard to describe. But I just didn't want to be doing anything. Mum and dad just took me to the GP so many times, and they wouldn't figure out what was going on. The last time that mum took me to the GP, she asked me, my doctor asked me to put one foot in front of the other. I couldn't even do it. Like I literally couldn't put one foot in front of my other foot without falling over, because my balance was that bad. So the doctor was like, okay, we're going to send you up to Aunt Romeria to get you a CT scan done to like see obviously what's going on. So went up to Aunt Room that day, got a CT scan done. They figured out, oh here, you've got like a shit ton of fluid in your head that like is not meant to be there. So took me up to the Royal, and they told me, they done like MRI scans, all that sort of stuff, and they were like, okay, so basically we're going to have to put a tube through your body to drain the fluid from your head into your stomach so that you can just flush it out when you go to the toilet, and that'll basically hopefully put you back to normal. Now, the shunt that goes from my head to my stomach can get clogged, but it's an easy procedure. Actually, when I was in getting mine put in, not obviously when I was in the surgery room, but when I was lying in my hospital bed, and there was another girl who's had hers clot like a ton of times, and you just come in, get a bit of the tube replaced, and then you go home again. It's just like a one-day procedure. Obviously I was in hospital for 6 days. It was so fun. But yeah, so it can get clogged and you just go back, it gets fixed, and then you go home again. But obviously that means the symptoms have to come back, all that stuff has to happen again for you to realise. And I'm just not looking forward to that happening, so I really hope mine doesn't clot, because I'll be not very happy about it. But obviously I'd rather, obviously they'll know now what's going on, they'll know straight away if I get symptoms. Like if I'm a bit tired, my mum freaks out thinking that I've got it again. She like sits and makes me do all these wee exercises that I used to have to do in hospital. Like she used to have to put her finger here and I'd have to sit and do that, so obviously your eyes, I don't know, she made me walk in a straight line, like she just made me do all these wee exercises if I'm like a bit tired, and it just annoys me, but obviously I understand where she's coming from. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the whole weight gain and weight loss situation, because the amount of questions and people asking me to do a video about how I lost all my weight and everything I've had is bloody insane. Like, it's crazy. Hi, so future Nicola here. I'm currently editing this video, and I forgot to mention that I actually made an Instagram account for like keeping up with my fitness journey and stuff. I will link it down below, and I will put the username on the screen now. But yeah, if you want to go follow that, because I've basically been keeping up with like my weight loss and like trying to tone my stomach and stuff like that. So if you want to go follow that, you totally can. So I had a super fast metabolism. Like I was size 4 I had no weight on me. I could eat like a horse and not gain anything, which obviously I thought was a pure godsend. But then, when all this stuff started kicking in with my head, my metabolism kind of got like chucked out the window, because any little thing I ate, I gained it like nothing normal. That's obviously why I went from being a size 4 to a size 14 in the matter of 6 months. 6 months! But yeah, I used to literally get takeaways, a few takeaways, like 3 takeaways each week, and hide the boxes. Like, I would hide Domino's boxes in my recycling bin so that my mum and dad wouldn't see that I was ordering another takeaway. Like, it was bloody mental. Like, I was eating everything around me, and it was just a bit nuts, to be honest. So I had gained so much weight so quickly from the amount I was eating. Like, any little thing of food I found, I was eating it. If there was a crumb, I'd be eating it. Like, it was a bit mental. So obviously I gained quite a bit of weight, and I had a lot of people making comments about my weight, which they had no right to. But that's all to say about that matter. Like, I just felt shit, obviously, about myself, as I said earlier. Like, I literally was, I thought I had depression, like so did everyone else, and I was eating everything around me. Like, I would eat my body weight in food. I was that, like, it's not even that I was hungry all the time, I just didn't want to do anything else but eat. So that's what I done. I became a size 14. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a size 14, I just wasn't happy that I went from being such a small size to such a big size so drastically. So I'm not like pure making comments about how size 14s are big or fat or anything like that. Like, to me going from such a small size to a size 14 just scared me, and I just felt like shit. Like, I felt like I didn't feel like myself at all. So when obviously my head was fixed, like I got my shunt put in and everything, I was like ready to actually get back in shape and start my life back again, get my shit together. Like, I stopped eating as much. For some reason, the things that I used to eat, like literally before I went into hospital, like when my head was really bad, before I went into hospital, the things I used to eat, I can't eat anymore. Like, it makes me feel sick, the stuff that I used to eat. Like, the cereal Cocoa Pop rocks, I can't eat anymore. Mini rolls, can't eat them anymore. And there's just some things that I can't eat anymore because of that. I don't know why, but it's just the way my head works now. But yeah, so I stopped eating a pile of crap, and I obviously got back together with my boyfriend Josh, because we broke up before, when everything started getting bad with my head, because I was like, the first thing I told him was that I need to love myself before I love anyone else, and then we ended up breaking up, but thankfully we're back together now, so yeah, fun times. And we won't be breaking up again, so it's alright. But basically, like, I got back together with Josh. He got me started in the gym, so I go there all the time. Not obviously at the minute because the gym's shut because of this whole coronavirus thing going about. But Josh got me into the gym. He was basically like my wee personal trainer because he's always at the gym. And I'm now back down to 4/6, which I am so happy about. So to the people who said to me like, oh, how did you lose your weight? I think that after my surgery, my metabolism just kicked in again, like my fast metabolism. I think it just kicked in, so like it helped me like burn off the weight, like, because obviously I could burn off weight really easily, so I think it helped me. So obviously I went from being a 4 to a 14, and now I'm back to like a 6/4. So some clothes I fit a 4, some clothes I fit a 6, like it's just how it works now. So I am so happy with my figure now, but I just want to like keep toning my like figure, if you get what I mean. Like, I want my stomach to look a bit more toned, and obviously I would like a wee bit of a bum because, you know, Flat Stanley down there is not looking great. But yeah, I'm so happy with how I look now, and honestly, for the people who are a bit bigger than me, I mean, I'm not calling you fat, for the people who are like size, whatever size you are, and you're looking to lose weight and you're asking me, I can't really give advice, because the only thing I really done was have my metabolism kick in, I ate better, and I got to the gym like everyone does. So that would really be my words of wisdom. Like, cut out the food that you know fundamentally you don't need, and get yourself down to the gym. That's right there. So now I'm going to talk about the healing process. So obviously, as you know or may not know, once again, you really should be watching that video first, of the first video I filmed, if you're watching this now, because this is going to make no sense to you. So I obviously have a scar on my stomach, I have a scar on my head, and my head had to get shaved. Sad times, but thankfully my hair grows back really fast. So I'm going to insert photos on the screen now of my scars. The first one being the scar on my stomach, the second one being the scar on my head, if I can get a photo of it, because you can't really see it because of my hair. And then the third photo will be my hair. Obviously it's grew back quite a bit now, but like it's only like down to like here or something. Like if I could show you, like you can't even see it because it's that dark, like because obviously my roots are a bit dark and I got my hair dyed. So I didn't actually have the stitches that you get put in that you have to go back to the hospital to get removed. I got dissolvable stitches, so basically they literally just sink into your skin, which sounds so freaky, but sure. So they basically look like plastic, and then they like dissolved into your skin, but they weren't plastic obviously. And yeah, so that was really it. I had them, and at one point like my scar looked like wee bubbles in each wee section. It was fun times. But my scars are all healed now, they're all better, like there's nothing wrong with them. Obviously it's not great having like a scar above my like belly button because it just doesn't look the nicest. I'd prefer to have like my stomach looking normal, but what can you do? I'd rather have the scar on my stomach and my head than be like I was before. So that's really all I'm going to talk about in this video. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Just give me a wee comment, or even if you don't want to comment it, you can message me on Instagram. I always reply to Instagram messages, so you can give me a wee message on that if you want to chat. Or if you have any questions and you're curious about anything. That's really all I have to talk about, I think. So yeah, I'm 100% better now, feeling amazing, so fun times. Yeah, if there's any other videos you'd like to see me do, put them down in the comments below and I will get them filmed for you. Follow my social medias at the start of the video and they're also linked down below, and watch those 2 videos of my polycystic ovaries and my brain surgery video if you haven't watched them. Yeah, that's really it. I love you all. Good night if you're watching this. I love you. Peace out.